Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another DX Button Reacts for the first Nintendo Direct for 2023. I am the host of the DX Button Podcast, Alejandro, and with me is my friend Paul, who went to the bathroom right before this. So he's definitely going to join in, but here we are once again, and I can't wait to see what they show us for this Nintendo Direct. Is this a Mario thing? Oh yeah, Pikmin 4, which we saw at the last Nintendo Direct. Hopefully, so that's gonna be like a first half of 2023 thing, huh? Because they did say this is Nintendo Direct was for the first half of 2023. And there is our friend Paul. And he's muted. There you are.
I am here.
Yes. We already started the reacts, Paul, so...
Fantastic. I'm here.
Yes. And now we're watching Pikmin 4. So I guess that's gonna be a first half of 2023 thing.
All right, let's see what we got. I'm ecstatic for this because I loved Pikmin 2 is probably my favorite of the
Pikmin 2 was the best one. Yeah.
And the fact
people
that
say the third. Actually, I take it back. I heard the third one is a lot of people's favorite. That's why everyone wanted that to come to Switch for so long, and eventually they got it. It's what gives me that perpetual hope for the games I want, Paul. So.
Yeah. This is wonderful.
That's the thing. This game has been rumored for like 80 years. Like that. The last time we heard that Pikmin 4 could have been a thing. So.
Ice Pikmin.
I tell you, we gotta get an arrangement going for this Nintendo Switch games, especially with the rumors of the prices.
Oh my gosh, it's a dog with two legs.
Oh god.
And it's on your side?
That's awesome. I'm gonna call him Perito. You know why?
Yep. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's kind of dope. Oh, I can sniff things out for you.
But talking of Perito, how good was that Puss in Boots, Paul?
That was some good stuff, man. That animation alone.
Yeah. That's literally one of the best movies I've seen in years. Like, in theater.
I do want to call out just like the existential horror that Pikmin has while trying to like be super cutesy. It's a powerful feeling, man, because like that stuff that was in those past games was horrifying as a kid to try dealing with.
Yeah, especially the first one with the 30-day limit.
Oh, dude.
Give us a date, give us a date, give us a date.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay, still on.
Oh, this is nighttime stuff. That used to not exist in Pikmin.
I think it did.
7/21.
July, okay. So I guess first half is all the way until July. Interesting. Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Okay.
But we know now when it's coming. Good, big July game.
Shoot, there's so many things coming out in the summer.
2023 is amazing, Paul. It's like finally our summers will not be dead.
No.
What kinds of things will it show us? Please look forward to more information in the future. Let's see our first batch of Nintendo Switch headlines.
All right, let's see what we got.
This new hero is a real gem.
Oh.
Introducing Volume 3 of the Xenoblade Chronicles
Hey, some people
3 expansion
swore
pass
by
DLC.
this game.
It was nominated for Game of the Year last year, so I can imagine why.
I hate that I don't think I have the tolerance to sit through a game like this anymore.
Me neither. I heard 150 hours. I was like, no, I can't.
I wish I liked this game type more because I love the design so much. I love the deep fantasy and blend of sci-fi that Xenoblade had.
I agree with that. I like sci-fi and fantasy like smushed together. I think that's just the most. That's kind of why I like Final Fantasy VII aesthetic so much.
Yeah.
Even if it's more like steampunkian.
Oh my gosh! Wait, that's the protagonists of the first and second game aged up.
Really? Huh. I know so little of Xenoblade, so this is like not for me.
I think that was Shulk in Homeboy with a stupid ass diver mask.
Hey, February 15 though.
I heard about this.
Yeah, this leak. This was in the VGC article.
I wasn't huge on this series, but I know people were.
Speaking of rhythm games, I would say it would be a good exercise game.
True. Hey, I will still sing the praises of Ring Fit Adventure. That game was fun, and I worked up a freaking sweat.
Do you still have it?
That game. I do have it.
No. They're just too lazy.
I just don't have the time to play anything else but what I want to play. Oh my gosh.
Compete online in World Party. Those with the lowest scores in each round will be
It's a battle royale.
and aim for first place. 40 songs are included, spanning a multitude of genres from around the world. So grab those controllers and get shaken when Samba de Amigo.
Yeah, our friend Sebastion just texted us being like, if we wanted to be like in the episode like covering this. I'll be. I don't know if you. You can check the text chat.
Got a passion for fashion? Welcome to Fashion Dreamer.
Oh boy.
This is the place to glam it up and
Oh, I didn't see it.
It's on our Facebook, yeah.
And you're in luck.
I don't have anything from
Tons of people are
Sebastion.
seeking the latest trends.
Just the
Oh
last
no!
thing.
Oh, that was just me. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or suggest new
Excuse me.
outfits for them to grow as an influencer.
Oh no. What in the world?
Oh, Sebastion could actually join us.
Fashion design.
I mean, if he wants to, if
Yeah.
you want to add him in, go
Yes.
for it.
Oh yeah. I'm totally doing that. So.
And add a personal touch to give your item a final flourish. You can get the items other people are wearing by liking them. Mix and match your favorites to create new looks. By
This is
connecting
totally
online,
not for me,
expand your
but
friend circle,
Yeah, it is surprisingly robust. I'm gonna give him this much.
got an eye
Like, this
for
is some
fashion?
detail, and if it's your thing, that's gonna be freaking clicking all of those details. I mean, people turn like Animal Crossing into a fashion show constantly. Sims.
and that was cool when they
Yeah.
did that.
Delve into these dark
All right, what do we got with this? Dracula. Oh, this is the Dead Cells.
Yes, the return of Castlevania that we saw at the Game Awards. That was the first thing they announced this year. So
And this is the biggest DLC Dead Cells has had, apparently.
yeah, for a game that's very old, it's like 5 years now.
Yeah, I remember when it came out, like the year after the Switch came out, I think. Yeah, because one of my old roommates had it.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah, because Switch was 2017. They had it on PS4. So
Yeah, I think I would have played it on that more than the Switch.
my brother Sebastion, welcome to our reacts.
Hey,
Everyone,
what's up?
Sebastion from the single
Welcome,
player
homie.
experience.
What's up? What's up? How y'all
Freaking
doing?
love that background, by the way. Oh,
Yeah.
Tron Identity. This is Mike Bithell Games.
Yeah, the one that was announced at the at the Disney thing. So yeah, are you like are you watching the Tron thing, Sebastion?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
We've noticed that with the two of us, Sebastion, one of us might be like 5 or so seconds ahead of the other. So
Yeah,
just
so-
let us know if one of something doesn't line up.
Yeah.
That's Phoenix Wright.
Is it though? No, that's Ghost Trick. Yeah.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Look, I'd be excited if that was Phoenix Wright.
Same.
Yeah.
Now, not excited enough to drop $70, but I'd be excited.
Ew. This is like
It's a nightmare. If those prices are true, it's an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, that'd be rough. That would be absolutely rough.
Two connected worlds, one suspenseful thriller.
Dream Drop Distance.
Could you imagine?
A Dream Drop Distance with this gameplay. Lord.
I'm gonna be honest, like, I haven't
Wait.
been
Is
blown-
this Astral Chain 2?
No, Deca Police.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I I haven't been blown away by anything so far.
No, I mean, Pikmin had some cool stuff for me, but I never ended up playing the third game, so I'm like super behind on it.
I played the demo and I was like waiting for it to go $41.99 when in an eventual sale. They usually do.
Yeah, I think it has a few times, but every time it does have something, it's like at the same time as many other things that are also. What in the world am I looking at?
I'm getting some Persona vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say like Tales of Xillia from the PS3, where you could kind of move a little, but it was mostly turn-based.
God, takes Xillia down.
What in the world?
Nah, man, I'm definitely getting a little bit of like a hybrid between Tales and Persona from this.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what One Piece demo was.
The Odyssey.
Yeah, One Piece Odyssey demo like had a little bit of like Persona flair in its menus, but also like the Tales being able to like move around the characters, sort of thing. So it's so funny that I say that this direct was for the first half of 2023 and almost nothing has dates.
Right.
Interesting.
Oh, this is the Bayonetta spinoff.
Yeah, that was also announced at the whatchamacallit, the Game Awards.
I hate that I'm so jaded right now because, like, as I look at all these announcements, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how is this going to run, though?
Yeah.
True. And it's a valid concern to have, though, because they need to address the hardware issues.
It's time. It's like, even the investors were telling them, it's like, you need new hardware. That was like kind of reading some of the why their stock dropped. Because there's some people are already kind of like
without that.
Yeah, they're already throwing kind of like the caution at the wind of like, hey yo, your system is like, we're 6 years in and you haven't like upgraded it. You technically did, but just the screen, but it's still the same innards.
I'm almost to that point too, to where I'm like, anyone who wanted the Switch probably has it in this last 7 years too.
I want to interrupt real quick because this is literally Pokemon Ranger.
It does look like that.
They said that Bayonetta cannot attack herself. She has to hold things together and control an animal or monster to fight for her. That's crazy. Anyway, you can continue. I just was thrown off by how crazy different that is.
So, what's everyone's read on this game? Like, are we feeling it?
I'm not really feeling it personally, but it's got so much personality and color that, like, if this was a random indie game popping off like this, I would be kind of crazy about it.
Hey, it took a Jedi Survivor's date, so.
And they're just like that. It's gone.
Yeah.
No, because at least it's not competing with it anymore. But
Splatoon DLC.
Yeah.
Splatoon has been crazy, but
yeah, my thing is that to me it's so crazy that what would get me excited out of Nintendo is a re-release. Or like what we want. That's like what I want. It's like so weird that that's where I am with Nintendo.
Honestly, man, I would just want something almost like new and exciting. Like, give me some wacky new IP. Like, I know ARMS went like super successful, but I like when they take swings at things, you know?
I feel like if they'd put a little more support into ARMS, they could have made something really work out of that.
Yeah. Especially because that's where Splatoon came from. Splatoon was their first big new IP in like years.
That was the whole idea, and it really did well.
I'm one of those people who looks at like Mario, like the IPs of Nintendo and go like, hey, I want a new generation of Smash characters. So I'm like, make IPs that kind of give me that kind of vibe, so to speak.
It's like it feeds itself.
By the way, since Sebastion, you and I follow the same people from like that are in the games media. Do you see Blessing's reaction to the price increase for Tears of the Kingdom?
No, what did they say?
He was saying something like, I would pay even more for this. And then he followed out the tweet saying, you don't know how insufferable I'm gonna be about this game when it releases. Please mute me now. And it just made me realize that I hadn't realized how much like my least favorite kind of like gaming personalities that have come out in the last few years are the ones that act that Breath of the Wild is the greatest game of all time. Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, and I'm always like, man, it makes
like I don't see it. I wish I could.
No, and that like announcement got me kind of like, oh man, this does not feel like the time to actually announce like a $70 price update for
they
your
did remove it, so maybe that was a mistake. But the thing is that they were selling Skyrim, the anniversary edition, for like $70 on Switch.
No,
So-
I feel like they're trying to they're going to try to get all their IPs at $70, but like it doesn't feel like it's the right time. I mean, you just came off of a blunder with not Sword and Shield, but Violet and Scarlet, in which like that had performance issues. You haven't put out new hardware, whereas like the other consoles can justify, hey, we have something to bring to the table to make it an increase. This like
I would have felt better if Tears of the Kingdom like coincided with like a new Switch, kind of like the last one that was like a straight on the line, and that it looked and that it would have run better. It'd be like, okay,
I would have had no complaints with that
because it's new hardware. It's like and that's.
This looks really cool though.
This is like it's a story DLC centered around that one announcer from the second game. The one with
They're pretty good at doing that kind of DLC. I think the second game did also something different than a single player. So.
And this is supposed to be 45 minutes, right?
Yeah. So we're 15 minutes in. We're at 16.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah. It's just been interesting how a lot of it hasn't been first half of 2023. So because that's the expectation they set. So
I think they're scared to give dates.
yeah.
Yeah. I think it's always that, hey, we intend for this to be the first season, the first half.
So it's pretty much a sure thing they announce Advance Wars available today, right?
It has to be because that should have come out already. That got delayed because of the war.
Let's see some more Nintendo Switch.
The Advance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This
This actually looks fun.
Yeah.
This actually looks fun.
This was in the Disney showcase.
I'm going to give him that.
Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck.
It looks like Rayman.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Rayman Legends.
Exactly.
I admit I do not like the way the like Mickey and Friends look, but it looks so fun.
I like it because it's the older school, the 1940s style of Mickey, so I have an appreciation for
Because they're
OG
also
Mickey.
reusing the designs from the TV show that's going on right now.
Oh, I see. I didn't know anything about the TV show.
Apparently, it's freaking hilarious. It's like the 2017 DuckTales, where it's like they made it legitimately funny. I didn't really watch much of it, but every once in a while, you know how you see like clips from the internet and stuff, and it's like, oh shoot, that was funny. All right.
I'm gonna be real with you. Like the gameplay reminds me more so of Rayman Legends than anything
What I was
else.
saying.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was saying. So
It is.
that's what excites me because I love that game.
I'm gonna
it's like-
tell you though, it moves really slow. Are y'all seeing this? Like it just looks.
It looks like it's very deliberate, more so
it's
than
like-
than anything
slow.
else.
This is like, I don't want to say like baby's first Rayman, but it's like it's
It
made
probably is. It probably is maybe the first
for,
Rayman.
it is made for kids.
Look, another July stuff. It's like, yeah, so what's the first half thing?
Pre-orders begin today.
Yeah, it's just
Good for them though.
No, Fire Emblem
we go.
engaged DLC already. Wow.
that was
People
quick.
have been going crazy for this game.
You know, Three Houses was my favorite. I mean, was my first like Fire Emblem game. I'd never played
Okay.
one. Yeah, first one.
I only played I think I started during the Wii days, but honestly, each one is so dense. It's hard to really get into the series after the fact, especially because each game adds quality of life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Paul, all my knowledge of this Fire Emblem is like
Super Smash Brothers.
No, not only that. It's colored by the stupid meme you shared me.
Oh,
Yeah. Basically, so Sebastion, the Japanese version allows you to romance certain characters that are technically underage. So the localization team changed that to change the entire context of
The conversation
closeness between characters, and really saved it because they were completely changed it, took out all the weird stuff, and everyone's like, bless y'all for making things not weird.
Basically, if it had been like a direct translation from its Japanese subtitles, it would have been basically pedophilia.
More or
Oh,
less. Yeah.
you know that it strikes me as strange that like the Japanese version basically had that coming out. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
that
look,
was-
available later today, the expansion. That's quick.
Yeah.
Take control of your
I
destiny.
like how stylized that looked.
Is that? Oh,
Armory, the fall. Don't nod.
no, this is new.
In which deities known as aspirations
Yeah, this is the people that made Life is Strange. Don't nod.
harmony between reverie and our world.
I gotta see some gameplay, but right now this looks right up my alley.
Yeah,
This is
In this narrative adventure,
okay.
it's like a visual novel. Which,
I'm
if
liking
it's
the
gonna be on
animation,
Switch,
though.
this is how you can make games run on Switch. Make them visual novels.
Yeah,
They basically take no
Half
rendering
they
budget.
do.
a riveting soundtrack by Celeste composer.
Oh yeah. So the music's gonna pop off, then the characters are gonna pop off, and that's gonna be the big deal.
6 aspirations like bond, power, or chaos to change the
Chaos.
story's outcome. To which destiny do you aspire? Harmony.
I don't hate it. It's not something I'm gonna go jump up and down for,
Yeah.
but that's probably the most like excited
Most
I've been so far.
it's the most interesting thing that I've seen.
Yeah.
Like
You roll ing.
Hey, Octopus.
that. This is okay. This is one of the few that are coming this month.
I forgot that's coming out this year.
This month.
Yeah, you're right.
Nintendo Direct, a demo containing the game's opening hours.
There you go.
Available
Beautiful.
How'd y'all
Like,
enjoy the first one?
I only played it briefly when it came to Xbox. So
I liked the visuals so much, but there was something about it that like
adventure through a brand new world.
there's something about the blend of the 3D and 2D sometimes just makes me really confused and it messes with my eyes. And I don't know, I was also really not liking
wait.
Turn-based at the
They
time.
didn't give a date for the
Octopath.
Octopath.
Does it not have a date? I thought it already had one.
It was like in February, but it didn't like like kind of like re-stamp it to be like
Yeah,
it's gonna be
yeah.
available this time. They just like switched to
Oh.
Katamari,
Well, that's not good.
We love Katamari Reroll Plus.
or they said it in the voice and I didn't hear it.
Nah.
Y'all see that stutter on the Katamari game just now?
Yeah.
Play a free game trial of Katamari Damashi Reroll.
That was bad.
Combine the
Hey, this is that other one that we really like.
Sea of Stars. Yeah.
This looks baller.
Someday,
I like this.
your Sea of Choices will be in one of these.
It is. I hope so. That would be fantastic.
So, whatchamacallit, Sebastion, Paul did the art for an upcoming game that's coming on Steam called Sea of Choices.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can find it on Steam right now. It's very intentionally made to look like a PS1 game. But it's got some charm to it, and especially the later images that he's been posting to me and video clips make it seem a lot more complete than it was in the past. But I did the 2D art for it that pops up when you talk to people.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
I love these designs.
If this wasn't free to play like multiplayer game, I'd be all over it. But at least for like 2 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's always how it is. Like, with any free-to-play stuff, it's like a one-day thing, and then it goes straight to the bin.
Yeah.
So it's
But are you hearing all the construction happening above me, Sebastion?
somehow no.
Thank
Is that what that is?
Oh, okay.
I'm getting all like the audio through my headset, so I'm just like only hearing your dialogue on top of it.
back into the sprawling labyrinth. A
Etch.
collection
Return Odyssey. Okay.
Odyssey games is coming
I never.
It is like a classic, but
HD. Many treasures
I snooze.
within a
No, not my kind of game.
I gotta give him credit for
intertwined. And
bringing
monsters lurk in
all
the
of these
shadows.
old obscure games into modern
Your only guide.
capabilities of being
Yeah.
played.
There was one that it was like 2 Nintendo Directs ago that a lot of people like lost their minds over it coming back. Trying to remember the name.
Here's my question though: is people going to play it on the Switch, or are they just going to play the Steam Deck version?
Yeah.
If they have the Steam Deck, they might as well go there because they know that it will actually run.
Yeah, that I think is the question right now.
Then I guess I'll
You can change
instead of that I'll
new skills to strengthen
make
your
them-
before challenging the
I'll give them props for at least showcasing it then.
That's
Where
usually
I would
one-
never have noticed any of this
Yeah,
otherwise.
that's the thing. Usually, a lot of the things that are not Nintendo published that we see in Directs, then we get the
Yeah.
press releases telling us the other systems that they show up. So
Right.
I mean, this is Atlas, so I'm like, they're starting to form a partnership pretty strongly with Atlas. But like, I think there's there's a real big narrative right now that they fluff up directs because they don't have a lot to show first party.
That is true.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Advance Wars.
There it is. Okay, we gotta get the date now. Then
it's today. It's gotta be.
it's gotta be.
I've never played one, but I'm intrigued. I love this art style.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, this was supposed to come out last year. Like, it had a date, and then they removed the date because of the war.
Oh, you cowards.
There it is.
21st.
April
You
21st.
cowards.
A week before Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor.
Why? This game, they said the game was already done. Why are they pushing it back to April?
Yeah. This is the one that's coming out later this month.
Are y'all gonna play this?
I'm glad I played for the what was the other one? Kirby in the Forgotten Land.
Forgotten Lands.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm glad I did that. I'm gonna be reviewing other stuff around this time, so maybe later. So
When does this come out?
I think this is here in this February. Look at the.
I was never a person that played a lot of Kirby, so I have like no nostalgia for it. So I want to play Forgotten Land, but I don't know if this is going to be my jam.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out on February 24th, so
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get cake out of the oven.
Yeah,
go for it.
Or increase his attack range. The order in which you restore his powers is up to you. There are over 20
As far as this DLC goes, this isn't really doing it for
No,
me.
me neither. Because it would make it more if we actually already had the game and played it and see if it was actually worth it.
Yeah. This makes me really wish that they finally remade Four Swords. They could do it.
Yeah. They can do it with all the Zeldas. Just bring them all
Good.
back.
Easy.
Yeah.
Are they still talking about Kirby?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did like DLC.
Oh, okay.
It was like 4 players that you could play as with a Magador.
Oh, okay.
Right, demo.
Oh, there it is. I will give them the fact that you can absolutely play all these games as a demo first to decide if you really want to play it or not.
There's a pup.
The demo thing is becoming pretty popular now.
I'm glad it's coming back because remember in the 360 days, that was the thing.
That was what you did.
You're looking forward to the new story in Kirby's Return
Right.
to Dreamland Deluxe. Next,
Nintendo 64 games. Nintendo 64 games.
please take a look.
It's gonna be Donkey Kong Country, right?
That would be Donkey Kong 64. Donkey Kong
64,
Country
yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, so they're bringing Game Boy now. Okay.
Ooh, the noise, man.
Game Boy games are being added to Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh, that's gonna,
The original
That's gonna
Zelda. That's the original Zelda Link's Awakening.
Could back in the day.
Oh, yeah, Tetris, that original Tetris.
Introduce the games that will be
my
available
first
at launch.
portable game I ever played. Fun fact.
Is it really?
Tetris.
My parents
With the
bought
same
me this
song, man.
dumb blue plastic phone that you could slide the thing open and play Tetris on it. That was it.
I never had the original Game Boy. I always had like the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy Color.
The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening DX.
DX.
I'm glad that Nintendo is definitely willing to bring all these old damn games, even though they have a remake of this already, and they refuse to give us Wind Waker.
Inspired from the Ghost and Goblin series. Game &
Oh,
Watch
God, Game & Watch,
offers
yeah.
play an assortment of Game & Watch
This is like pre-date.
Oh, Game Boy Color. So it's like they're covering the.
the new
Oh.
nightmare
Yeah, it's Game Boy and Game Boy Color.
on the supernatural
Oh.
Shadow Island.
Oh.
Yeah, Return of Samus. Yeah, there you go. They,
Destroy the Metroids on planet SR-388.
Wario Land, yes.
Traverse a world that changes
This is really cool.
night
Yeah.
based on your actions.
This is really cool.
I played this one so much. I had no understanding of who Wario was,
Nah,
but I had that game.
Hail and spit out enemies in Kirby's debut title.
Oh gosh.
come on, cowards. Put Pokemon Red and Blue or Yellow.
Yeah, boy,
Yeah,
it's going
please.
down. It's going down if they put Pokemon Red and Blue on there.
or Game Boy Color
And
streaming
yellow.
filters.
Oh,
Up to 2 players can play
Nice.
compatible games together locally.
they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it.
They're not gonna do
Pokemon
Pokemon,
trading
yeah.
card game. Yeah, they're not gonna do Pokemon.
Oracles.
Yes, the Oracle games are
Pokemon
back.
trading card game.
Yeah.
And
Oh, come on.
And-
This give us Pokemon.
Advance. Oh my god.
What do they got?
Metrofusion.
What do they got?
Metrofusion.
Oh
Minish Cap.
my goodness.
I want Minish Cap to be a Link's Awakening kind of like art style. I would love to see a new game like that.
Super Mario
Oh god. The best version of Mario 3.
play 38 extra levels from the Nintendo e-reader accessory.
Oh, that's nice.
Warrior.
Rick, yes.
Micro games. Experience the origins of the lightning fast micro games.
Dude, they have all these games sitting there. That's what you need to do to like boost up your service.
Guide the spinning
Dude, Metrofusion will become
Oh.
available. Dude, Metrofusion will become available soon now then.
Mario Kart Super Circuit. Oh my gosh.
Mario Kart game created for a portable system.
Yeah. Yeah, Mario and Luigi Superstars.
Superstar Saga. Venture through a zany world and fight with equally zany attacks.
Minish Cap, yeah, I'm so glad it's there.
Major size and dive into a big adventure.
The fact the Oracle games are gonna be there.
An online play supporting
God.
compatible games.
Can you imagine if they gave Minish Cap the Link's Awakening kind of treatment?
Oh man.
That'd be. Oh, there you go. Metroid Fusion.
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem. Golden
F-Zero.
Sun. Let's go.
F-Zero.
Oh my goodness.
After this
Oh
presentation,
man, Golden Sun has me excited.
They're out today.
God, yes.
or play both
Dude, Metrofusion is coming soon, Paul. You'll be finally be able to play it.
expansion pack membership.
Gosh.
Ah, you mofos. You got me.
Game Boy titles will be playable on Nintendo Switch. And after today's Nintendo Direct, you'll be able to play the Game Boy
The Game Boy
and
Advance.
Game Boy Advance titles we introduced.
God, dude, I'm so happy. Metrofusion, finally people will play it. You had no idea how to want it that modernly.
I am shocked though they didn't go more on the 64 side, considering they just did GoldenEye.
Just
Yeah.
trying to go that route.
Oh, here you
They
go.
took a step back.
Original. Here we go.
Nintendo Switch.
Oh, all right. You got me sitting up.
Yes.
What do we got? How's it looking?
Oh God.
Oh, that looks good.
Oh,
Good.
oh,
That looks real good.
mm.
You-
Imminent. Don't do
I
this to
don't
me.
know. I
Don't
don't
do, it.
know.
Don't do this to me, please. Don't do
No.
this. Don't do this to me.
Oh man.
Dude, it looks so damn good.
All right, I'm saying this is. I'm go June.
E-
Yeah.
I'm go June.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Dude, you're gonna get to play the best Metroid Prime because this is the best one of the trilogy. I replayed all of them like in their original form.
Remastered. Yeah, he did. He went through the whole series. He had to buy like a super expensive Wii.
Version of the game of Metroid Prime 2.
Originally
Yep.
released on the Nintendo Game
This game is going to be a critical darling, but
Yeah.
it's also going to sell probably nothing.
Yeah.
perspective of
I'll say this with the Switch.
but beware.
Games sell in that damn system for some
They
reason.
do. They do. They do.
Okay, let me.
Key to your adventure. They'll help you discover info and clues on how to progress. Depending
Yeah, how great the art style, because the art style is the same. Look how great it was that it looks this good just in a remastered.
keep them in your
And running at 60 frames.
feature. Then fight back with beams,
It ran at 60 frames back in GameCube.
bombs, and more.
Yeah.
This remaster adds new
It looks good. It looks solid.
allowing you to
Yes.
move around
Yep.
while separately changing your point.
Wow. I showed you a clip, Paul, of me how it played
You
on
had to use the
GameCube.
left stick.
Uh-huh.
Among other control options. Explore Talon 4 with your preferred playstyle.
Ridley looks solid. I like that.
Digital version of Metroid Prime Remastered.
Oh snap! They did today.
Oh no. He's gonna go crazy.
And they got a
He's
physical
gonna go
version.
insane. Oh, Danganronpa.
Danganronpa.
Bro.
No, hold on.
Alejandro, how you
I'm
feeling, man?
I'm in tears.
Oh no, this is that other game.
Yeah, from the Danganronpa creator.
Yeah,
Dude.
the horny detective game.
Go to Jeff Grubb's Twitter because he said that Metroid Prime was coming last year.
Yeah.
He was the one that reported, and then he bet that he was gonna cut his hair if it didn't come out in 2022, and he did. And now he shadow dropped it.
Nice.
We're in the era of shadow drops.
Yeah,
Oh man.
dude, wow. Just okay. I'm going to Jeff Grubb's Twitter, Jeff Grubb.
You're gonna spoil. He might be ahead of you on the direct.
Oh,
You might
yeah.
spoil something for yourself.
Yeah.
Abilities can be shared with you, Mo.
So this is post-cognition.
So use them to
Yeah, he hasn't tweeted. He's probably reacting to it. So,
Oh, okay.
After collecting
Yeah.
enough evidence, a mystery labyrinth.
dude, God, Metroid Prime Final. Look, Paul, if they're doing Metroid Prime, we gotta get Wind Waker. We gotta sometime soon. Sometime those things is gonna drop.
I don't know, maybe one at a time or something.
Yeah, one at a time. It's
But
Mario Sunshine's now there.
Wings of the heart take flight once more.
this is
They are just taking
Fighting
some older.
Kaidos.
They're taking
Holy
some older
shit,
stuff.
that's from
and just-
GameCube. Dude, they're bringing back all this GameCube stuff.
After a long and peaceful era,
they're doing work. They're doing something. That's for sure.
as spirits dwelling within the protagonists.
This makes me really wish that I had played more games on like GameCube and PS2, the ones that are now considered
Cult
actual
classics.
classics instead of like the dumb licensed games that were pretty trash, honestly. I was out here playing the Wii version of Chronicles of Narnia Prince Caspian in my spare time. I was not
Oh.
I was not playing anything good.
Dude, this Biden Kaidos thing, I've seen it many times where I went to rent games. It was always there. This is nuts.
Yeah, you were also. That was also the era where the local stores like the Walmarts and everything like that only had like a select curated catalog. So sometimes games like this didn't make the cut.
Like I didn't even know this existed until today.
Versus the Chronicles of Narnia, where they had
Yeah.
like 7 or 8 of those in the store.
And New Fantasy Life awaits.
New fantasy life.
Oh boy.
I like the art style.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, you're definitely a few seconds ahead of us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
World
So-
steals time.
I'm gonna reload the thing just to see if I can. Yeah.
I want y'all to focus on the weird tone of this narrator. He sounds like he's doing a favor for a 10-year-old.
Blacksmith, paladin, magician,
And more.
take on different roles to develop the island.
This looks like something I would have gotten for free on 360. I don't want that to sound as insulting as it does, but
No, I get that. It does seem like an Animal Crossing clone.
yeah.
Restoration is about
The thing that you would have found in like shovelware and a GameStop clearance. It's such a disservice though to the people that probably put so much work into that. Ooh, now what's this?
Yeah, that's.
Not actual gameplay. Oh, Professor Layton.
Oh wow, they're bringing it back.
Good for them.
They got to you can't buy it anymore on the 3DS. I think.
Not at all. New world.
That's so cool.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, Wave 4. I have Wave 1 through 3 because I'm paying for the N64 games.
This looks really good though.
Mario Kart 8, the game that Mario Kart that just keeps on giving. It's insane.
I say that every time I see this each of one of the waves courses looks really good, but I never go back and play it.
Deal.
Dude, Game Boy Advance is on Switch and Metroid Prime remasters today. It's like, bro, it's a dream. Yeah, it's like,
And that's for the expansion thing that like gives you all the extra stuff.
yeah, the
Okay.
50 year.
Yeah. Now we just need what the 60. Like I like they're slowly making their way up.
Yeah,
but
I need my Donkey Kong 64. It's like that's the game that I'm missing from the N64.
I still wish they would just allow us to outright buy it instead of having to do the subscription.
I'm right there with you.
Because I don't want to do the subscription. I just want to buy the game that I want to play.
Yes, but I tell you, it's like they work so well. It's like whatever. It's like,
I can't guarantee I'm going to actually
play half of those games, if not any of them.
Yeah, they will lose Paul. Yeah, he froze.
I think so.
There he is.
Exactly.
He's back now.
I like this Blanc
Yeah.
by Gearbox.
Yeah, I agree, Paul. I would love that they could have give the option to buy it a la carte at least, but
Yeah. Like, just give me the option. I want to buy the games I want to buy, you know? Now this one, April 14th, baby. I wanted to play these games for so long, my parents wouldn't buy it for me.
the thing is, we're 40 minutes in, so it's like, is this
I
gonna
don't know if
go
there's
over?
going to be
That's
anything.
what I'm talking about. Have a nice death.
Yeah, that's the one from
Yeah, that's the one.
game number
That's the one.
number 10.
That is some great
yeah,
animation.
game number 10.
Man, I'm getting some good vibes from that one.
Yeah. It looks
Yeah,
great. Like you
what?
put it on my radar. You literally put it on my radar.
This game right here, like the baseball game, feels like what like that Switch or like
And Nintendo Switch Sports.
yeah, sports could be. That kind of feels like that. I don't like my Disney characters messing around with these weird people though.
What are you talking about? That's just Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
February 17th.
It gives me a bad
Tales of
taste.
Symphonia.
That's a nice quick hit. We're coming towards the end.
What do
Yeah.
we got? What's the big
Come on,
thing?
give us Tears of the Kingdom update because it's your game that's coming soon.
All right,
there it is.
what
What,
we got?
what if they do a Mario, like a Mario Odyssey 2 instead?
I could see
it's-
it. Ah,
It's Tears of the Kingdom.
It's Tears, yeah.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
Tears, yeah.
there we go. All right,
Sequel,
let's settle in.
the
What do we
sequel
got?
to the greatest 7 out of 10 game of all time.
Let's see if
All right,
it's indeed
let me
$70.
get excited here, Alejandro. All right, let me get excited. I don't have enough reasons to be excited anymore. Have this.
After you watch this, Paul, I want to hear if this is indeed $70
Yeah.
for you.
Sweep over Hyrule. Eliminate this kingdom.
That Hydra looking crazy.
Leave no survivors.
Right. So probably definitely got Ganondorf. My gosh. Come on, show me some story stuff.
There's
That's what I'm
Ganondorf.
really here
Yeah.
for.
They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game won't have a story.
Yeah.
You'll be able to stop him.
What if it does though? What if that's like the big fix?
I'll admit I was wrong about this whole series if this actually has a banger story.
Okay, that was kind of dope.
Okay. Oh, you can drive
Right,
stuff like that.
alright.
Okay.
You're getting glimpses.
Uh-huh.
It's not going to be all flashback cutscenes anymore. Hey! Oh, shoot. The flying thing?
Oh, I'm way ahead of you then. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
I'm just at the end of the title card.
Please.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep, no delay. It's still May 12, 2023.
That was The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. The
Pre-orders
Legend
begin
of
today.
The Legend of
Okay.
Zelda series. In addition to
Pre-orders
the
begin
standard
today.
That collector's edition case looks nice.
various items will release on
It's subtle. It's,
Yeah.
it's a subtle.
The art book.
This game will also be available on the same day.
What, does he have a demon hand now? What's going on with that?
He's got the DMC4 treatment.
That's all for today's Nintendo.
We don't know what the deal is, but they showed it since, what was it? Like
The very first, the second
first one, yeah.
trailer, yeah.
He had this whole thing where he was like holding his hand and it had like the creepy green energy on it. apparently it's going to be like incorporating the touchpad thing into his arm now, so he kind of like reaches out, and that's what the powers are through. I don't know if that's how it's going to be, but
I get the feeling. This is just me, like looking at that trailer just now. It almost looks like that, like he's almost controlling time with his hand, so to speak, and that like the maybe that's how you're like bringing stuff out of the water, like you're reversing time to where like it when it fell in the first place, or maybe you just have levitation powers. I don't know.
Yeah, I know they were doing something where you could like fly up into the air and like melt through islands and stuff to get high up into all of the floating islands and stuff. But I don't know. I would have to like go back and really delve through it. I'm so curious, but of course, like once again, it's just more questions than answers with all of this stuff. To answer your question, I'm a shill and a sellout, so it's gonna have to be worth 70 for me. But I'm gonna be able to look back on it and tell you truthfully.
Let's check whenever the pre-orders go live to see if it for real it went for $70. So because they did take out they did take out that. So Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy Color games, Metroid Prime Remastered, just that's what got me. So great
victory by itself, I think.
So do y'all feel like this is a 10 out of 10 kind of direct for y'all?
Maybe not 10.
Not 10 out of 10, but it had 3 10 out of 10 announcements for me. What was like a 6 out of 10 direct.
And I'm not
or 7. I'll go for a 7 out of 10 direct. Just like I say that Breath of the Wild is the best 7 out of 10 game ever. Come at me, bros.
I think it might be like closer to an 8.5 for me because like it brought back just like thinking about it from the idea of so many people popping off for different things. You got your Advance Wars stuff. You got your Metroid Prime today. Like that by itself is really high, I think. The Game Boy and Game Boy Advance stuff, which is what a lot of people have been waiting out of this. And on top of that being not just obscure titles, but some of like the best titles ever released for those consoles. Of course, missing maybe like Pokemon, but I don't think they're going to, I don't know. There's going to be something to that, and the reason why they're not able to pull that one out unless Pokemon companies like holding that over them, saying, "Hey, you got to pay like way more money for us to allow you to put our stuff on a service." I don't know. I feel like they're going to play hardball with that one. But Fire Emblem and everything else being on there, that was a huge win for them. And then just more info.
Pikmin 4 starting it off also and giving that a date. So.
Yeah, I think if you're a Nintendo fan, there's a little bit of something for everyone here. I mean, and we're just talking about first party Nintendo, not even like the indie stuff, the indie and third party stuff that was announced. You got Pikmin, you got Metroid, you have a Kirby announcement. You also have
with some DLC on top of it.
Yeah, you have Metroid and you have Link. I'm like, besides Mario, that's basically the whole roster.
Almost
of the main lines. Yeah, of all the main lines, so to speak, besides Mario and Donkey Kong there.
I'll say this, Paul. Now I'm like, the fact that we got Metroid Prime Remastered is like, we got 2 out of the 3 big 2002 GameCube games now. Mario Sunshine was made available already, so that became HD. Metroid Prime is also made available now. Zelda was the last one out of those 3, like Wind Waker. So now there is like that hope that whenever we know they have them, we've heard it reported many times that they're holding it, that they might be able to shadow drop it like they just did today with Metroid, just like that.
Theory. And if they're moving forward with Metroid Prime enough to be able to do something like that, then that gives me hope that they're really putting.
And not only that, it's like they brought back Minish Cap. They brought back the Oracle games. It's like they're like filling up all the missing pieces of Zelda. They're literally only missing Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. It's like, and then they will have the entire collection.
I think not to put a damper on this, but I do feel like, we still don't know anything about like what was the Mario Odyssey team doing? Like what?
Oh yeah, they're probably saving, but I think they're saving it for like the next Switch at this point. Now I feel like now that the calls are for like a new hardware, we are now finally at the point where they might be saving the big guns.
Yeah.
And right now they're gonna like pad it out with like HD remakes of older stuff, so that the newer stuff can be like ready for the launch of the new system.
what is the 2D Mario people doing? What is what are they doing? Like, we didn't get anything from the Metroid 4. We didn't get any announcements regarding that. I mean, it feels like what is the Tropical Freeze team doing? Because like we haven't seen a new anything from them probably since 2017 at this point. So I'm like, it seems like there are some gaps in the where I wish they would have answered a little more questions.
Yeah,
though.
I feel like there will probably what they're gonna end up doing is repeat their strategy of what 2017 Switch was for them. Let's make sure that whenever we launch the next system, we pack every big gun imaginable so that it's right there and ready to convince people to get the new system on year one. Because usually launch years are bad for consoles. It's like you buy a console on the promise. You never buy it for the games that are there at the beginning. The Switch was the big exception that it launches with Breath of the Wild, and later that year we got Mario Odyssey. It's like at that point they needed to, because they were coming from the Wii U. So it's they needed to make a case because the Wii U was such a disaster for them from a financial sense. I do wonder if that's not now the strategy. It's we announced Tears of the Kingdom way before, when it was just a sequel to Breath of the Wild back in 2019. It's we announced it for the system, so we have to release it in the system. But anything else that's big and new, let's just save it now for the new hardware.
Yeah, it's such a gray zone though, because I wish we actually got concrete information of hey, there's new hardware coming, it's we're getting so many conflicting reports on hey, the financial reports say hey, the investors are pushing them towards new hardware. Then you have them saying no, we're going to stick with just new software, Yeah.
And that's the thing, because it was Digital Foundry that kind of confirmed it, that when we were hearing the rumors of the Switch Pro, those were being true to a certain extent, but when it was supposed to come out at the worst time of the chip shortages, everyone using the same technology, what was happening with the with Xbox and PlayStation and the PlayStation 5 and all the other industries that needed those shortages, that then Nintendo decided that they just kept the new carcass of the OLED that was going to be the improved one, and they just kept the same inners because those pieces were there because they're old technology. They were easier to acquire. So any further upgrade, they decided to push it for whenever they have to do a new hardware. Now it's I feel 2024 has to be the year at that point, is because that's going to be 7 years from the Switch, from when the Switch launched. So that was the that was the gap of the PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 at that point.
I got you.
7 years. So
here's what I'm convinced of. Do y'all remember A Bug's Life?
Yeah, it's A Bug's Life with Flick.
Yeah. So here's what I kind of picture it as. The ants are all of the different devs that Nintendo has shackles on. They are constantly working on things and putting it out there, and then they have to throw it on the giant leaf that is the sacrifice to the gods of the grasshoppers. And that's all the actual people in Nintendo. Then they throw it on the pile, they put it in the vault, and then they wait on it. And just as we know, they do. And it makes me think that that's why everything always looks so dated when it finally does come out, is because they probably made it 2 years ago, and it's just finally getting released in their cadre of things.
Pikmin 3 Deluxe Edition on Switch was known for a while that Nintendo was just holding it.
Yeah.
And then they just released it in fall of 2020 when they needed to put out something, because that was one of their weakest release years ever. So
it's probably one of the least sincere ways to release games that I've ever seen, honestly, because it's most others, it's Sony or Microsoft, unless it's specifically first party, they can sort of control some of that. But overall, it's when the game's ready, it comes out because that's when it needs to come out. But for Nintendo, it's they're just all right, put it in the line, and then you wait for 5 years, and then eventually it comes out.
Yeah, and the thing is that Nintendo can get that luxury because they can't rely on the third party. The other two, they're the Xbox was carried in 2022 just by the third party. They barely released anything. Sony had both first and third party stuff in 2022 that helped them a lot. Nintendo usually is they rely a lot on the things that Square Enix threw at them that are exclusive to them, that worked for their system, the indies scene, and their own first party stuff. They rely more on first party than the other ones, so they make so much. It's easier to think about them holding and then eventually releasing. Like I can't imagine like Sony being like, okay, Spider-Man 2 is just done. We're gonna sit on it for like an entire year before like we release it. They just operate differently. And I mean, the Switch, 122 million units, like it's like already past PS4. It's the third best-selling console of all time. So they can't afford that because they're Nintendo. And Nintendo
So should they is a different question.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it seems like they still think that they're on the high horse.
Yeah.
I think they do. So a bit of an upgrade, like a bit of an update. Metroid Prime Remastered is going to be $39.99. So not $60. That's good news.
Yes. That's
Now, does that mean that you can buy it separately?
the thing.
Metroid Prime-
Metroid Prime is a single release.
It's a single release. It's not a part of the subscription.
All right, that's what I was worried about.
Yeah.
That was what I was asking earlier.
Yeah, when they say when they say remastered, it was clear that was going to be like a single release, kind of like Skyward Sword HD. Thing is,
I just don't know, honestly. So that's really good to hear, honestly.
Yeah, it's that weird Nintendo thing to where like if you know they're remastering something, they're going to charge you for it. Like they are not going to put it on a subscription service. Whereas it's like if this was Xbox and they were coming out with a Gears remastered, it's going to be on Game Pass. You know?
Yeah, I feel that. But at least like Game Pass is $10 for. Well, no, wait, that is more expensive. I'm just Nintendo has nothing for me on their subscription that actually makes me want to pay for it. So that's why I'm like. And
I'm different. I think from the three of you, I'm like the most like nostalgic to their old stuff. So like the whole Game Boy Color thing of it all really spoke to me like heavily. So I'm definitely gonna buy like Metroid, like Hi-Fi Rush. You're out. I'm going to Metroid Prime Remastered.
That is the most Andy Toy Story moment where it's just I don't want to play with
you anymore.
Like the second I saw your mind flip. In that moment, like we have so many other games that we were going to play, and all of that is just out the window.
This is like I'm going to send you the meme of the Death Star. This is like my plans of keeping playing Hi-Fi Rush right now. Boom, exploding because, dude, I love Metroid Prime so damn much. I want to see how it is because I preached the greatness of that game 2 years ago on our podcast, Paul, when I went through all those old games.
I remember.
I had them all there. I had my damn Wii still like plugged in because Nintendo just refused. This is that one less game. I'd be like, okay, Wii, you only have now Twilight Princess and Wind Waker that you can let me play you. Once those release, I'm sending you to the attic. So, oh man, I'm excited for that. I'm glad that. It sucks that I'm such an old school Nintendo fan that I feels like the old stuff is what gets me excited more than the new stuff. But that's just how it is. It's like, that's the power of Nintendo nostalgia.
It's because they stopped putting out actual IPs.
I hate to interrupt, but yeah, I'm looking right now at Nintendo, Nintendo.com at the e-store, and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is $70.
Yeah, there it is. There you go. So
it is a shame that we have to go this direction.
Yeah,
if this was new hardware, I'd have no problem with it. I would say, hey, that's the next gen for you. But I'm like on a 7-year-old, like 7-year-old.
And a game
device.
that I tell you is going to run at 720p on handheld mode. It's going to dip in frame rate, being 30. It's going to be like 900p on if you're playing it at dock mode. It's like that's.
You got to use third-party docks to up-res that to 1080 or something.
Yeah, like the one that I have that made some games look slightly better for me.
It's messy. I hate it, and if it was anything but Legend of Zelda, I wouldn't even buy it, but it is, so I'm going to buy it.
I'll say...
I'm going to call myself and say I'm a sellout, but I'm a sellout that's going to have Tears of the Kingdom.
Many are, but the thing is that this is going to hurt a lot of other Nintendo stuff.
True.
Like, I wonder, is Pikmin up for pre-order, Sebastion?
Oh, it's got
I can look and see, but
it's coming out.
Give me a second. Yeah, I can look and see, but like I think, to your point though, because you're already going towards that direction. What really makes this this kind of sticky, icky move is, can you imagine what? Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah. You will
okay.
just a little bit.
I'm like. Okay. What really makes this like a sticky, icky kind of move is just like, can you imagine if like the Mario sports games go for $70?
That
I
would
mean,
be
with the
real messy.
quality that they've been
Yeah.
putting out lately, oh man, I'm like,
basically no content and just filling it up like a freaking live service. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're gonna use Tears of the Kingdom's success as a benchmark for like, oh, well, we can justify doing this for all of them. Now, there's that humanitarian side of me that wants to give them the benefit of the doubt on the other piece of information that we know where they're raising everybody's salaries by
yeah.
10%. So then I'm like, well, is that what they're trying to make with the connection on this? Like you and I are probably going to talk about later on today, actually, where it's like, all right, are you raising the prices explicitly so that you can pay these people 10% extra? If so, it's like, I get it. And then it sucks. And then I don't know if I trust you, but also I have no information on it, so I'm going to accept it, I guess.
All right.
Paul, I'm gonna be real with you though. I don't think, like, you can correct me if I'm wrong. There hasn't been no example of Nintendo ever telling you of like a price increase for wages ever before they gave this bad news, before this news leaked out. Like, this feels like a buffer, so to speak, to where like, hey, we are gonna we're gonna tell you like, hey, we're raising like our employee wages across the board, but before we're going to do that, before we break the news that we're also increasing our price of our games.
Yeah.
And
I think because Alejandro, you were telling me the timeline. Why don't you go ahead and break that one down?
I got Pigment up right here, by the way.
Oh, sick.
$60.
Okay.
Right.
60.
So they probably are gonna do the thing that their biggest game are probably gonna go for 70, and then the other ones are gonna go 60, maybe. If we want to,
I think that's the wait and see.
Inhale the copium.
That one.
I'm gonna inhale the copium for that, but.
I hope that they do that, maybe stagger it a little bit, but I have a feeling like they're going, like Zelda's testing the waters, so to speak. I think I think this is, and I hate to be cynical, and I'm not trying to be, but like, I think this is a thing of like, let's see what we can get away with, and if we can't get away with it, then
I will say, like, I hate, because I'm gonna play into Paul's arguments here sometimes. Zelda would be like the one game lengthwise and the amount of time you can like put into that game that justifies a $70 price point. Like, I can imagine Nintendo being like, Breath of the Wild was released like 6 years ago, and how many people are still playing and finding different ways to like break it and do the stuff and finding different stuff, and seeing that they're just putting absolute time in it. And then you had the people that are all like, I only pay for full price for games that are gonna give me my money's worth.
That is Xenoblade, because Xenoblades are massive.
Yeah, we were talking with Paul like at the beginning that this Xenoblade was like 150 hours. It was like Xenoblade 3. I heard of a playthrough.
I was telling him before you joined that I was like, I wish I enjoyed that type of game still, because it looks fantastic, and like, I love the designs. I love the way it plays. The kind of plays out.
So Sebastion, since you're here now, Paul and I, we were recording the first half of our episode before we like paused to record the reacts for this. Do you want to be part of our second half of our episode? Since we have
sure.
You, all right.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Awesome.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Let me close the door.
All right. Yeah, go close, and then we're going to close out this react. So thank you, everyone, to tuning in for our reacts that included Paul coming back from the bathroom and adding our friend Sebastion halfway through, and just a little analysis for this. Now we're going to go back to record our normal episode, which you'll be able to see whenever you see this react go live. So remember, everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, and remember,
Press X
to play.
Night, everybody.